What's happening, Dwayne Antonio Rojas? I'm gonna try and shed some light on a V2K thing. Some people, I know it is high frequency radio transmissions, continuous, um, continuous radio frequency wave quadrupoles. That's a weapon. That's that. No, the weapon is the quadrupole. Now, they also have hypnosis. Look, this is what they were trying to do. Okay, all these, what I'm about to say, is part of irregular warfare. You can look all this up, but you won't find any kind of links to go straight to V2K. Okay, but this is what you really call them. Um, High frequency radio transmissions. They go from satellite pulses in the sky to the satellite. They come in through the Wi-Fi's, through the satellite televisions, or they go through the mobile towers. Okay, they either do a mobile through mobile towers and your mobile phone, and through satellite satcoms. Now, they're supposed to calibrate the weapon. The weapon is a continuous radio frequency wave quadrupole. It sends out a continuous signal from the source. Now, when they calibrated the weapon, okay, they calibrated it for the wrong Hertz wave. Everything in this whole world has a Hertz wave. That's how we hear, okay? But there are different types of Hertz waves. There's megahertz, which are the dangerous kind because megahertz are unfiltered Hertz waves. Megahertz have gamma radiation, they have ultraviolet radiation, they have electromagnetic radiation, they have all kinds of, they have microwave radiation and all kinds of shit. So here's the plot. To make the United States 9 republics of socialist communism. Okay? This was going to happen, and it started 2018, January 1st, the first attack. But there were 3 separate entities in that attack. January 1st, 2018, there were 3 attacks by 3 separate combatant factions. The first attack was 9 a.m. by the European nations NATO coalition led by Emmanuel Macron. Now you got to understand what we're dealing with is biblical type shit, okay? This is real, okay? For all you Christians who are waiting for the golden trumpets to sound, that already happened. That happened during the Holocaust when they had all the Jews in the silos, and the silos would ring out the sounds of golden trumpets, if that's any consolation to y'all. So that would let the Jews, the Jewish prisoners they had in the Holocaust, to walk back into the silos. They would either sleep, eat, or lock the silo doors. On the top of the silo, they would open it, and in comes the mustard gas, the sarin gas, and kill them. Now, Holocaust in ancient Hebrew language means the cost of being holy to God and the rapture taken away. That's what Holocaust means. The great taken away for being holy to God. And if you didn't consort to Hitler's ways, then you got that stamp on you, the numbers, and you became part of the Holocaust, part of the rapture, part of the great taking away of the Jews' persecution. Okay, do you understand? The Revelations, Revelations, the whole Revelations, book of Revelations pertains to us, but not all of it pertains. It pertains to the whole human existing civilizations throughout its time of what's going to happen. The only thing that is consistent and is useful to us is what's happening now, chapters 17 through 23. Okay, Emmanuel Marcone. Let me give you a bit of background about his bloodline. And it says in the Bible, of Roman descent. Roman descent will unite the European nations once again against the new kingdom and the kings of the new kingdom, the new Babylon. Well, the new Babylon is the United States. And that happened. His real name, his bloodline name, Emmanuel Marconius Pilate. He is the bloodline of Pontius Pilate. And as Pilate stuck the spear into the side of Jesus Christ, and blood ran down the pole, washing Pontius Pilate's hands with the blood of the Lamb, and for never ever able to get him clean again, banishing him into the wilderness to be raised by dragons. Do y'all understand that one of the two witnesses will be washed in the blood of the Lamb means the bloodline of Pontius Pilate, which is Emmanuel Marconius Pilate, Pontius Marconius Pilate. Okay, now what he was trying to do in the European nations was trying to put the U.S., what the U.S. does to third world countries, and bring them down. And all that really did happen. There was a lot of shit that happened that I have fucking cataloged, that I have written, that I stopped, that I submitted to the UN, the NATO, not the UN, but NATO, which we are not part of anymore. They kicked the United States out of NATO in 2019, at the end of 2019, for violation of the Geneva Code Convention laws. Okay? For being fucking committing crimes of humanity. They were doing the same thing. The only thing is, they finally realized who I was pertaining to the Bible, and stopped and started rectifying everything that was happening in Europe while they were over here. All the stuff that was happening in Europe 2018 with those explosions in restaurants, those explosions in Notre Dame, the cathedral, that was a revolution from France and Italy. They were trying to get in the Vatican because that's where the Pope is. He is an antichrist. He was the dragon in red who raised Marcone and set the European nations and Marcone astray. Okay? All the mass exodus from south of the border, that was the high frequency radio transmissions being transmitted over there, making everyone think there was war and famine and all kind of shit happening over there, to send them north. And the NATO and the European nations had 5 camps set up in the Amazon jungle. Those camps in the European nations were giving free citizenship of the United States to anyone who wanted it, but you had to take the neutralization classes, and you'd use it with the visors, and the visors for 3 hours a day would program them and hypnotize them, and what was supposed to happen didn't happen because I stopped that. Okay? That's why the fires began in the Amazon, because I went over there and we started the fires to burn those camps. If it wasn't for that, it would have been about like 2 million immigrants from South, but with legal papers to be in the United States. And then they would have sent the high frequency signal and would have programmed them, and they would have started committing violent crimes against the United States people. You understand?